The readathon starts in 10 minutes.
Okay.
And we are flying the gummy ship.
We sure are. Trying to get to a spot.
Trying to get fucking somewhere.
Oh, where?
So I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 3 and I'm in the Monsters Inc. world and I wasn't expecting them to look like that.
What are we?
Why do you guys look like monsters?
That ain't right.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, get your scrim out. I'll let you in on a secret, Ian. I started before you did the scrim.
You tricky.
Hello! It is midnight, which means it is April 1st, which means it is the start of the OWL's Readathon. Woohoo! You'll get to deal with iPhone quality for the foreseeable future because I don't have a camera at the present moment. And then the world started ending, so
Kind of a rough time.
kind of a rough time to be a content creator. And by that I mean it's just a tough time to be me because I was gonna buy a camera and then the pandemic started. I'm pissed. Let's talk about the OWL's Readathon because it's a thing and I've been planning for it for days. So the first thing I should show you is what magical career I've chosen because that directly influenced what OWLs I would take. So I decided to go for the Mind Medic course, career, which is basically to be like a magical psychologist, which I'm really into. So for that, I have to pass 8 OWLs. If I pass all those, I'll get to go on to the newts. The classes that I have to take are Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, Muggle Studies, Potions, and Transfiguration. If you have no clue what this readathon is, and this is the first video you're watching, go to G from Book Roast, any of her videos, because she's running the readathon, and she can describe this way more eloquently than I. Basically, you pick a career that you would want to go to after Hogwarts, and then you take those exams, and each exam is a prompt for a book. I have to read 8 books in order to pass my OWLs to be able to move on to the newts to pursue this magical career. This readathon lasts the entire month of April, which, like, what better time to have a super immersive readathon than during a pandemic? There's Ian.
Hello.
I'm gonna make some coffee, and then I think I'll come back after and tell you what the prompts are for each class and what book I'm gonna read for each class. And of course it's time for a coffee montage. It just has to be. Also, here's Ian. Oh, so sweet.
Sorry.
Coffee has been made and sipped on. Ian is gaming, so if you hear chitter chatter, it's him talking to his pals on Discord. Let me set you up here, and then we can talk just us pals about what we're reading. Aesthetics are forfeited because iPhone quality. Referencing my little bullet journal, this is a tattoo artist that is here in Ohio. That's a good pal of mine, and I have one of his stickers of just him being a tough guy. I hijacked Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte's like spread for this readathon so intensely. The only difference is that I don't have like white marker, so I did black on gray instead of white on black. I am pursuing the career of a mind medic during this readathon, and I've already told you which courses I am taking, but I have not yet told you what books I'm reading and what the prompts are for each course, right? And each exam. So this is the time to show you what I'm planning on reading throughout this readathon and throughout this month. I'm gonna go in alphabetical order. of the classes because that makes the most sense to me. So yeah, the first one is of course Ancient Runes, and the prompt for this one is the Heart rune, which is to read a book with a heart on the cover or heart in the title. And for this I picked I Hate Fairyland Volume 3 Good Girl. This is by Scotty Young, and there's a bunch of cute little hearts all over the cover. I haven't read Volume 2 yet. Stick around to see what loophole I did for that one. This is a graphic novel series about a girl named Gert who crash lands into a fairyland, and she's trying to find her way back home. And she was told that it would take her about a day to find the key to go back home. 28 years later, she's still here, stuck in the body of her 10-year-old self. And she's kind of sick of it. She's super cynical, and she's at this point like murdering everybody in Fairyland and just going by any means necessary to get out, basically. And it's really funny. It's very crude and crass, and I enjoyed the first volume, so I'm excited to continue with this one. The next exam is for arithmancy, which is like the magical study of numbers and their meanings. And for this prompt, it was for like the number 2 for like balance and opposites. And the prompt for this one is to read a book that is outside of your favorite genre. I would definitely have to say that my favorite genre is fantasy. So I was like, oh, anything outside of fantasy? Hell yeah. So I decided to go with a horror book. And this is We Sold Our Souls by Grady Hendrix. This is about a metal band in the 90s, I think. Yeah, literally. It's about a metal band from the 90s. And they've broken up, but the vocalist, or one of the members of the band, yeah, their singer, breaks off to have his own solo career, and he's wildly more successful than anyone imagined him to be, and they think that something sinister and demonic is going on with that. So the remainder of the band gets back together to get to the bottom of his growing success. And I am so in love with this concept. Grady Hendrix wrote My Best Friend's Exorcism and Horror Store, and those are such like fun comedic horror, and I'm really excited. Next is Charms, and the charm that we're studying this year is Lumos Maxima. So the prompt is to read a book with a white cover, and I've decided to go with The Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This will be a reread for me. I was going to pick the second book, A Gathering of Shadows, but then I realized that it has been like 3 or 4 years since I've read this first book, and I've been in like a fantasy type of mood, and this is very like topical because I've been playing a ton of Kingdom Hearts 3 lately, and this kind of gives that ambiance of like jumping from world to world, you know? Everyone and their mom knows what this book is about. This is about a guy named Kel, and he can travel between 4 different parallel Londons, and each one has a very differing magic system, and he teams up with Lila Bard, and shenanigans go down. I have forgotten most of what happens in this book just because it's been so long, and I want to continue with the rest of the series. Maybe I'll read book 2 this month as well, but I gotta get to these 8 books first. Next, I have to take Defense Against the Dark Arts, and for that one, we are studying Grindylow, so we have to read a book set at the sea or the coast. And for this one, I picked The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. This is an arc, and I never read it. I know Sarah from Streaming Books and Sage from Sage Reads. I think that's their name. I'm so bad at remembering like YouTube names if I know someone's like name, you know? They have a Shakespeare book club where they read like Shakespeare books and then Shakespeare retellings. And this is a Shakespeare retelling of... Ooh... I can't remember. Holy shit. I'll look it up and remember what it is immediately after I finish filming this little clip. But anyway, this is a Shakespeare retelling. It's queer. It takes place at the sea because it's a family that's shipwrecked, I'm pretty sure. Everyone was talking about it, and I have yet to read it, and I have an arc because I'm a monster. It wasn't sent to me by the publishers or anything like that. I was given it from a bookseller friend of mine. The next course and exam is for herbology, which is to study Mimbulus mimbletonia. So for this, we are reading a book that starts with an I. Can you guess? I gave foreshadowing. I Hate Fairyland, Volume 2, Fluff My Life by Scotty Young. Take everything that I just said about I Hate Fairyland, Volume 3, and apply it to Volume 2. Next is Muggle Studies, which is to read a contemporary book. And I'm gonna read On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I haven't read this yet. I'm super fucking excited, especially because she just announced the title and the cover for her next book, Concrete Roses. It looks so gorgeous, and I loved reading The Hate U Give last year, and I was like, why did it take me so fucking long to read Angie Thomas? And I feel like I'm gonna have the exact same feeling after reading this one, because I'm always super late to the party. I'm bad at it, okay? This is about a girl named Bree. Yeah, and she wants to be a rapper, and that's really all I know about this book. Next is potions class. We're studying shrinking solutions. So for that one, we have to read a book that is less than 150 pages, and for this one, I have picked A Fortune for Your Disaster. This is a collection of poems by Hanif Abdurraqib. I love Hanif Abdurraqib. He is from Columbus. He's a poet, a spoken word artist, a music reviewer. He is so cool. I'm currently reading his other poetry collection, The Crown Ain't Worth Much, and it's so poignant and so beautiful. I also have one of his essay collections that Ian bought for me last summer, and I haven't read that yet because I'm just a garbage human. This clocks in at 98 pages. It is, just like I said, it's a poetry collection. It'll be a really quick read. Here's Hanif at the back. He's so cool. He's just the dopest dude I know. He also comes through my Starbucks pretty frequently, so what up? If he ever sees this, I will holler into the void. I'm really excited to read this, and yeah, speaking of which, I opened Twitter today because I can never escape that hell site, basically. And like the highlight to my day was seeing Hanif Abdurraqib talk to Dan Campbell from the Wonder Years on Twitter. Transfiguration, which is to read a book with a shapeshifter, and Ian has told me that The Hobbit has a shapeshifter in it, or a druid, or something of that nature or sort. I really hope so, because I don't think anything else on my shelves has a shapeshifter, and all the bookstores are closed and all the libraries are closed, so if not, I just have to take that L, I guess. But I haven't read The Hobbit yet. The Hobbit ends here, and then this remaining chunk is just the first Lord of the Rings book.
Yeah, I found them also right when I did.
Fuck out of here. I've wanted to get into Tolkien for a very long time. Every time I see this, I think of Charles from Sir Bookshage, because he talks about the Silmarillion all the time, he talks about Tolkien all the time, and Tolkien, I've never gotten it right. No one come at me. This is my standing TBR for the OWLs. Yeah, that is my TBR and what I want to do. I'm going to sip down my coffee, finish my audiobook, and then I will check back in after I finish my audiobook to let you know what my first read of this readathon is going to be. I'm fucking stoked! Hi, hello, good morning. It is 1 p.m. I finished Gemina at like 2:30-ish, and then I didn't update the vlog because I just wasn't feeling too hot after finishing Gemina. I just spent all day like staring at screens or books or my bullet journal, and just my eyes felt very strained just from the entirety of the day, so I was like almost asleep. I tried to read a little bit of A Fortune for Your Disaster before that happened, and then I was like, nah, can't do it. So I got 24 pages into A Fortune for Your Disaster before I fell asleep. I'm not going to talk about how I feel about Gemina because that's not for this readathon. I just wanted to finish it before I get into my massive TBR for this readathon. I'm going to make some coffee, get dressed, not wear my PJ hoodie, and then I'm going to read all day and at some point eat and have coffee. It's a weird time to be vlogging because I can't leave the house, and so it's gonna feel pretty, not monotonous, but it's very much like a same shit, different day kind of time in the world and in my life. I'm probably gonna finish this today. It's phenomenal. Having like shorter books that are way more digestible and make you feel more accomplished upon finishing them, like poetry collections or graphic novels, it's just nice to break up the tomes that I'm going to be reading this month. which I don't even know which one of those I'm gonna start. Whichever one I can find an audiobook for first is gonna be the winner. First, I think I'm gonna have some coffee, and I think I'm going to import some footage, so I'll talk to you later. My logic is that I'm not okay, but if I wear a shirt that says okay, maybe I will be. Hello, it's many hours later. It is 10 p.m. I've read a little bit, but I've mainly been disassociating and playing video games and hanging out with Ian because that's what the day has called for. I'm finishing a quest in We Happy Few, and then once I get to a save point, which is in like a minute, I will read. I'm at least gonna finish A Fortune for Your Disaster tonight because I have 20 pages left of it, but I don't know what else the night holds, so I guess I'll keep you posted on that mess when the time comes. So I'm gonna save this, finish my book, and then you'll hear from me. Okay, this might not like work aesthetically. You're in my bedroom, in our bedroom, stacked on some books on my bedside table, because Ian is gaming in the living room and being a little louder. You're now perched on top of books and a condom box. Hi, welcome. I finished A Fortune for Your Disaster by Hanif Abdurraqib, and it's a 5-star read. It's amazing. It's exceptional. I absolutely loved this. This is officially my first finished book for the Readathon, my first passed exam, finished course, whatever you want to call it. This was so just exceptionally well written. That's not a surprise. I wasn't expecting anything different or less. This talks a lot about forgiveness and love and loss, and being Black is a huge talking point in this, as well as his other poetry collection and what that means to be a Black man in America today, basically. And I love his prose. I love the wording and the imagery that he uses. He talks a lot about living in Ohio and like certain things about Ohio that I know about, and it's just like, it's just cool to see. I want everyone to read this book. I want everyone to understand how exceptional this poetry collection is and how beautiful and gripping and heartwarming and heart-wrenching and heartbreaking it is. He talks about the loss of his mother and his friends, and it, oh my god, this collection gets 5 fucking stars.
That was a good duel, Alex.
The hot latte was for Ian. Look how good the crema is on my espresso. Oh, I'm so ready to drink it.
And I was like, I just have to wait for yours to drop and mine to be above you.
No, it's fine. I wasn't talking. What's funny is that right before I took this clip and he started hollering, I tried to get his attention to show him my crema because I was really proud of these shots. And he can't hear a goddamn thing I was saying. Jerk. Love you. He can't hear me. I'm naked. He can't hear me. It's fine. I made good crema and I'm very proud of it. And I'm ready to drink it in a nice latte. Oh, also it's officially midnight, which means it's now day 2 of the readathons, I guess, for a round or a day 1 wrap up. I finished the first book of the readathon, which is A Fortune for Your Disaster by Hanif Abdurraqib. I almost said like 8 of his other titles just melded together, and it was 5 stars and it was wonderful. And I also listened to the first 3 chapters of A Darker Shade of Magic by B.E. Schwab. Pretty great first day.
Charlie Brown is the biggest piece of shit. How he has any friends, he should be blessed. He should be arrested.
Like, he's 7 years old.
No, he's not. He's a 40-year-old man pretending to be a 7-year-old, and that's fucking sick.
Is it 4:30 in the afternoon? Okay. Yes. Am I still gonna greet you with good morning because I just woke up? Yes. Hi. I said fuck a sleep schedule yesterday, and then I goddamn meant it. Ian and I are now up. I'm gonna make us some coffee and get this day started. I'm gonna read I Hate Fairyland because after my last clip, I edited all of my day 1 vlog footage. And then stayed up with Ian playing Me Happy Few until it was time for bed. Also I stretched my ears yesterday. So now this ear is 11 millimeters and this one is 12 millimeters. I'm trying to get them both up to 12, but this one's stubborn. just small updates. Gonna read
Helocks are stackable
about
now.
Gert and Fairyland because I have 2 of these and I'm feeling in the mood for something light because I have audiobooks for
Just Helocks.
On the Come Up and A Darker Shade of Magic, so I
Water
can
purifier
listen to those while I like tidy up or write in my bullet journal or cross stitch, which I might do today. But I haven't decided, but I can't vlog and listen to my audiobook at the same time because I'm doing it all on my phone right now. First world problems for me. Yeah, I did a coffee montage like right before bed, so I'm not gonna do another one. So it might be a bit excessive. But I'm gonna practice some latte art and I'm really excited. Are these chill lo-fi hip hop beats to relax and or study to?
Yes. Yeah, they are.
Hell yeah. Hello, it is later in the evening because I don't know how to update a vlog to save my life. It's like what, 8 p.m.? 9?
Yeah.
Time is irrelevant because we don't have anywhere to go. It's 8:47. Ian was closer in Price is Right rules, so he wins the prize.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah. The prize is a kiss. Every day for eternity. From me. So, that's the caveat. So I decided to play through one of my We Happy Few DLCs because I wanted to do something. And after I made coffee, I was like, video games. Video games have been great during this time. So I got the audiobook for On the Come Up on Libby, so I listened to about that much. I didn't put my bookmark in where I actually left off, but I listened for about 2 hours, and then my game got a little too intense, and I didn't want to not pay attention to my book, so stopped audiobooking and just gamed. I'm liking this so far. I like the audiobook a lot. The girl that's narrating it is the same one that narrated The Hate You Give, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. And I probably am. This is really good. I might continue with the audiobook later, but Ian and I are making some dinner. We're having some pasta. And I'm excited. It's my favorite meal that we make, us a little penne with a vodka sauce and some sausage and peppers. And it's delicious. Just like Ian's butt. We're finishing dinner, and we're probably gonna watch something senseless while we eat.
Yes. Probably.
Something to distract us. Also, 90% of my stress has washed away because I talked about this a little bit on Twitter. My dad had to get tested for COVID 2 days ago. And they originally said that he wouldn't get his results back for 7 to 10 days. And I was like, this is bullshit. Turns out that at the same time that this is going on here, a really bad upper respiratory infection is going around. So my dad does not have COVID. His results came back negative, and he just in fact has a really bad upper respiratory infection. Which, what fucking timing for this pandemic that behaves like a really bad upper respiratory infection
Pretty rude.
to go around at the same time as a really bad upper respiratory infection. That has been a huge relief off of my shoulders today. And that's about all that I did today, was worry until my mom texted me, and now Ian and I are cooking pasta and listening to some sick lo-fi. Oh, water, thank you for hydrating me. I owe you my life. Yeah, that is all I had to update you on for this moment. I'm gonna go eat my weight in pasta now. Toodles. We're gonna ignore everything that my hair is. I took a shower and now it doesn't want to do anything. Hi, hello. It is day 3. I haven't read shit. I feel like shit. And I'm also kind of the biggest idiot. So this whole time I was like, why do I have to read a book that starts with an I for herbology when we're studying Mimbulus Bimbletonia? Well, I just can't fucking read. And the M, the font of the M from far away, like with how small the type was for the font, for the prompt sheet, the M looked like a capital I into parentheses. I don't know. I tried with a book that starts with the letter M, which, yes, makes much more sense, I just feel stupid. I mentioned it's like 8 p.m. because it is. On a much brighter note, I got some book mail today. This shirt is included with that. I didn't wait because I'm a monster. And I haven't been in a recording mood like all day. Like any sort of vlogging, talking mood. I don't feel well. I have a migraine. Body dysmorphia is a really bad thing today. I just don't feel great. But I got a package from the Book Loft. Book Loft is my favorite independent bookstore here in Ohio. It's 5 minutes from my house. They had to close, obviously, during this pandemic, but they're still fulfilling online orders, and they started this mystery box. Gary, who runs the marketing and like orders books and is just an angel, he started this thing about Malamarcus the Skeleton Lord. It's a whole like doomsday cult that he inadvertently created using the Book Loft's Twitter page. He created the Malamarcus mystery box where it was like $69.99. Nice. You get some books and a t-shirt mailed to you from the Book Loft. You're supporting a local independent bookseller, and you're getting some books during a pandemic. It's a tight time. So I got mine today, and it came with this little sheet, and it says, "Greetings, follower. Thank you for your contribution to the weirdest shit we've ever done. Your name will forever be plastered on the walls of the pit. Praise be to Malamarcus, our skeleton lord and savior." And then Gary wrote a note on the back for me. And I got 5 books and a t-shirt, and Gary was so kind to throw in an extra shirt for, can you see my address? He threw in an extra shirt for Ian as well. And they're both this like choose your own adventure war with the evil power masters shirt, which is super dope. And I want to talk to you about the books that I got because I'm pretty jazzed about literally all of them. You pick like a couple genres and then they'll pick books for you in that genre, by the way. So the first one I got is Prelude to Bruise by Saeed Jones. This is a poetry collection. I asked for poetry, horror, thrillers, and a graphic novel. So next, I got these Supernatural Enhancements by Edgar Quintero. Some of these I've like read the synopsis for, and some of these are just like total surprises to me. I read the synopsis for this a while ago, and Edgar Quintero also wrote Meddling Kids, which is really cool. I also got The Faceless Old Woman Who Secretly Lives in Your Home by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner. This is a Welcome to Night Vale novel. I really like Welcome to Night Vale. I haven't read any of the other Night Vale books, but I'm really excited about this. This cover is absolutely stunning, so yeah. But I don't think they connect in any way. They just all take place in the same world. Then I got a graphic novel called The Ghosts of Ohio, and this is by Andy Biersack, Scott Tuft, and Eric Donovan. And I was like, Andy Biersack, wasn't he in Black Veil Brides? Yes he was, which is really interesting that he made a graphic novel, but I'm not mad about it. And the final one that I'm the most excited about is Paperbacks from Hell by Grady Hendrix, the twisted history of 70s and 80s horror fiction. I've talked a lot about how much I really like Grady Hendrix's writing. This is his nonfiction book all about 70s and 80s horror books. I'm really excited. This was a great little pick-me-up during this readathon. It's been absolutely great. I'm so happy to be able to support my favorite indie and any indie in general. I'm very fortunate to be able to have the means to do this, so I am so thrilled and so excited to read all of these and have this new shirt. I think this shirt is really cool. But yeah, that is it for that. And then as an update for the readathon, last night or yesterday I read a total of 98 pages of On the Come Up, and that was all that I read. So that's my pages for the day. There's my total pages for the readathon so far. And today I haven't read shit. I already said that. And it's like 8 p.m. So yeah, I don't feel well. I have the worst migraine of my life, and body dysmorphia is kicking my ass. But I hope you guys are enjoying your day, and y'all know that my vlogs usually show ups and downs and such. I think Ian and I are gonna have dinner and chill out, and I'm going to drown my sorrows in water, just hydrate. I need to, and maybe eat a clementine. Ooh, a clementine sounds good. Also, we have so much leftover pasta. I might also eat some pasta. It's now day 5. I read this many pages yesterday. This is my total page count. Come to find out, my migraine was just a headache because I hadn't had coffee in 2 days and I was experiencing caffeine withdrawal. So I had some coffee and I'm fine now. But it's 4 a.m., so I'm going to bed. Just thought I'd update you in the fucking dark. The girl's okay. Can't wait to read tomorrow. Head looking like a pack of ramen noodles. I haven't done a vlog update all day. Or in days. Caffeine withdrawal be like. Ian is playing some We Happy Few.
I am.
And I thought I would give a reading update and a life update because self-isolation is fun and we've been going to bed at 7 a.m. and waking up at 4 p.m.
Needs to stop.
But tonight that shit's over.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're gonna go to bed here soon. I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna make my coffee. I'm gonna do a face mask. I'm gonna do my hair and my makeup and put on an outfit that's not pajamas.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stay in and read all day. So I'm about to wash the French press, but first I wanted to give a little update on what I did today. I started a cross-stitch project. I don't know if you can tell what it is yet.
It's a butt.
Ian, no spoilers.
Oh.
And while I was doing that, I listened to a shit ton of my audiobook for On the Come Up. And I got to chapter 20 of On the Come Up, which is page 268. So, I read like 170 pages today.
It's a lot.
It's pretty good. Also, not for the readathon, I read the entirety of Heartstopper, Volume 1, at 5 this morning. It doesn't count towards the readathon, but I thought I would let you know that I read a whole ass graphic novel on Tapas, and I was like very emotional about it last night prior to going to sleep.
Yes, you were.
I just wanted them to smooch so bad, but that doesn't count towards the readathon, so it doesn't count for this vlog. But what does count is this. For Muggle Studies class, and I read like 170 pages, so I'll probably attempt to finish it tomorrow while I finish this cross stitch. But that is my update for day 5 of the readathon. Here is my total pages for today and my total pages read so far. Good morning. So it is day 6 of the OWLs, and I thought that it'd be kind of fun to do one of those cute little TikTok-y montages where I do a voiceover as I get ready. Good morning, there I am. So the first thing I did was obviously brush my teeth because dental hygiene is exceptionally important. And then I decided to try to smile with mouthwash in my mouth because I am an eternal buffoon. And then I did some lack of melanin dances that embarrassed even me. There's the eye roll. And yeah, so I gargled some mouthwash and you're about to hear me get real gross. You ready for it? Here it is. Ooh, we stan. And then I decided to pull my hair back and try to clip it so that I could keep my hair out of my face while I do my skincare regiment. Typically I just wash my face. I don't do a full face mask, but this morning I decided to do a face mask because I've full honesty, been neglecting the fuck out of my skin. So I'm using these like clips from Sally's and I kind of look like a regent prince from the 1800s. We'll ignore that. Throw up some bisexual peace signs, and now I'm using the cup of coffee face mask from Lush because it's a pandemic and we stay bougie out here. This shit has coffee grounds in it, so it smells just like coffee. It's also got some agave oil and kaolin in it. It's really good for exfoliating the skin and just rejuvenating it. Yeah, so I'm just smearing that all over my face. Does it look cute? Absolutely not. Hence the little head shake that I just gave. So I'm smearing that all over my cheeks, and then I'll put some on my nose and my forehead. I think my upstairs neighbor was stomping around at this point. She's pretty loud. She's literally stomping as I'm recording this voiceover, but it's fine. So oh Jesus, goddamn Christ. I'm leaving that in, whatever. So I'm putting it all over my face, and then at this point it started to get in my hair, so I had to fix my mess of method for pinning my hair back. and it didn't go super well. I had to keep like washing my fingies because I kept getting face mask in my hair, which happens every time I do a face mask. Like, why don't I just use a goddamn hair tie? I don't know. So I finished, and I wanted to do another pose because we need a thumbnail. And then leave it on for 10 minutes and do a cute little TikTok transition. And now we're moisturizing. And I'm using the Celestial moisturizer from Lush. It's not really my favorite, but we're in a pandemic and we take what we can get. I kind of think it smells like the bubble soap that I used to use when I was a kid to blow bubbles in the summer. But I put that on, and now my face is all fresh, and wow, now I have makeup on. How neat is that? That's pretty cool, but I'm still wearing like pajamas and nothing else, so now I have an outfit on. Now I'm super cute. Look at me. Flashing those fucking peace signs like I'm bi as shit, cause I am. Oh my god, who is she? It's me. Now I'm contemplating coffee, so figured it's time for a coffee montage, cause a bitch is tired.
Sounds a bit tea.
I got ready. I took a lunch break. I made
yeah,
coffee.
you wanna make a sleeping
Ian's gaming, and now I'm going to listen to my audiobook and cross stitch. Vlogging takes a back seat to my audiobook. Not sorry. So look how cute Ian is. Hello.
Hello.
I'm about to cross stitch and maybe finish this book today. I got a little farther because I listened to it while I did my makeup. I really hope that I can finish it today. I'm on chapter like 24, 25. I'm getting there. I'm on chapter 25, and this is how much I've read today. I'll update you maybe once I finish this audiobook because I have like a couple hours left on it. Just now.
Oh, good.
Well, you don't want me to tell people that you're double cheeked up out here with all this ass?
Goddamn secret.
We're going for a walk, and I wanted to give a quick reading update because it is, what time is it?
It is 7:57.
And I've done many monologue-y things, but not any actual updates. I finished On the Come Up. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars, 4.25 stars. I don't know. I have to debate and think about it. Much to think about. I got most of the outline work for my cross stitch done, so I'm excited.
You've gotten a lot done with that, actually.
Yeah, I have been a pretty productive bean.
I was just about to say that, so I'm glad you did.
But now we're walking and getting some air, and
It feels good to be out.
yeah, it feels very good. I'm craving a Reese's egg, something fierce, man.
We can go to the gas station.
I didn't bring my wallet.
I've got you.
Oh my
Let's go
god,
get
what
Reese's
are
egg.
we? Hello, it is 10:52 p.m., but I wanted to do one final check-in before I take off my face for the day. Because your girl's tired and I'm gonna go to bed early and then wake up early and read more tomorrow. But I finished another book. Yay! Which means I completed another course for the OWL's exams. So I've now completed Potions and Muggle Studies because today I finished On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I'll give more thoughts in the morning when I wake up. But that was a really, really good audiobook experience. I think that I wouldn't have had as much fun reading it physically. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But I read this many pages today. Total, this is how many pages I've read. Ain't that neat? But yeah, I'm gonna take my face off and put on some PJs. And what are we gonna do, Ian?
It was me who was spelling, not you. Sorry.
We're all asleep. It's almost been 1 week of the readathon, and I've finished. I've technically read 3 books, but Heartstopper does not count for the readathon. So I've read 2 books for the readathon. 3 books total. Hi, it's 5:30 in the morning. Ian and I both can't sleep because we went to bed at 11 p.m. and we're monsters. Y'all really let me say that Heartstopper didn't count for anything in this readathon when Ancient Runes was to read a book with heart in the title, huh? And by y'all, I mean my damn self and all 2 of my brain cells. So I've finished 3 classes so far. Yay. Technically day 8 now. I didn't update it all because I didn't read it all today. Ian and I did have dinner and make affogato and record a video and recorded an episode for our Let's Play. And I watched an entire, like, 11 episodes of This Is Us and cross-stitched a little Animal Crossing spider, and I love it with my whole heart. I read jack shit. Here's my total pages for the week, and I've also read 3 books. So week 1 of this readathon is pretty good, if I do say so myself. That's gonna do it for this week's vlog for the owls. I will see you again in next week's vlog, but for me it's tomorrow, or I guess today, because now it's like 1 a.m. But yeah, bye.